Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
What would you tell Razorback fans now about where they are positioned to compete in the SEC?
Yeah, the investment that we have committed to make, and it's from the university, from the top down, from the system, the board, from the top down, it is going to put us in a position where we can compete to win SEC and national championships. I understand how important the success of our football program is to the health of our Department of Athletics, to the health of our university, and to everyone across this state, and we're going to get it right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this much.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
You know, hearing Hunter's voice there reminds me that, we've spent the last 2.5 days basically arguing about who should be in the playoff, who shouldn't be in the playoff, should there be group of 5 teams in to begin with. We got a lot of stuff going on right here on the home front. I mean, if you hadn't noticed, the football staff's filling out. Some guys are going out, some guys are coming in. Players are beginning to make announcements in terms of the portal. At least there are reports about players entering the portal, and Arkansas is going to be busy in the portal coming up after the first of the year. And so we got a lot going on right here to talk about today.
Oh, yeah. We got, the staff hasn't been announced, but we've got reports of a lot of it. We know the signing class they had with high school.
We do.
And now we have the portal, as you mentioned, coming open. So we're going to the 15-day transfer portal window, January 2nd through the 16th. And we're in this, what feels like a lull, but
it's not.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, because, you don't just like on the day the portal opens go, all right, let's see who's in the portal. They're working it now, just like everybody else.
Shaq McRoy's the name that has been reported as leaving. And he was injured at one point, but Amarian Harris really played that right tackle position, right?
He did. And, Amarian's – he's the most versatile guy on that line. He can play 3 or 4 spots. In fact, I think in the first game maybe he played 4 of the 5. So he's a really versatile guy. Shaq's a big kid. You got to remember, he actually scored a touchdown this year. They handed him the ball, and he scored a touchdown. That's his claim to fame. Big kid. But it's just, when you look at that physical build, the athleticism, you think that's what a football player looks like. That's what an offensive lineman looks like.
Giant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he goes to Oregon, 5-star. Yeah, he's a 5-star guy, goes to Oregon. Doesn't work. Comes to Arkansas, doesn't work. I don't know what the deal is there, but for whatever reason, he's not been able to crack anybody's front unit yet.
We're about to see what all of the resources that Hunter talked about adding and having, and all the things that Ryan Silverfield said on the talking tour. What does that look like, here in the next 3 weeks? What does it all amount to? And where is everybody right now? What's the conversation like with Razorback fans? When you're having coffee or donuts or happy hour, what's everybody talking about?
This is what I hear more than anything. This is a God's honest truth. We're going to give Ryan Silverfield a chance. Not going to blame it on Bobby Petrino. We love Bobby. We had great days under Bobby. Sam Pittman's kind of old news by now. We're just going to blame everything on Hunter. Everything's Hunter's fault.
That dang Hunter.
And look, one of the things that we all do, and I hate it, even though I do it myself, when people say, well, how come you weren't doing this 4 years ago? How come you weren't doing this last year? How come you didn't do this 6 months ago? How many times have you said in your life, man, I wish I'd done this a long time ago? I wish I'd embraced this a long time ago. All of us do that. And the truth is, I don't know how much embracing or non-embracing was going on. None of us really do. But for whatever reason, I think that's become the default for Razorback fans right now. I'm for Silverfield. I'm not blaming Bobby. Sam did the best he could, but that damn Hunter. I mean, that's basically what they do right now. And it's like, well, what are you mad about? Well, we don't have any money. Well, you know.
What are you mad about?
Yeah.
That's the real question.
It's almost like.
What are you mad about?
Sometimes it's like, and, you know, you deal with this, Bo. I mean, you know, sometimes your teenagers don't understand why you're not a millionaire like the guy down the street, or why you know why we can't go to the French Riviera on vacation, why we can't do these things. And life's still pretty good, but you just can't do all those things. And we'd all like to be in the lane that allows you to go out and hire the $10 to $15 million coach. Every school in America would love to be in that lane. And then we get mad when we're not. But if the money's not there, the money's not there. And people say, well, it's your job to go out and raise the money. You can't bleed a turnip. And sometimes that's what we're asking people to do.
We're seeing things happen at other schools, right? Fans see that, like Texas Tech, for example. And look, you're talking about
one guy.
The team that was
It's not like
you
the state rallied around Texas Tech. The state of Texas did not rally around the Red Raiders. One guy who'd made a whole bunch of money did. That's what happened. And for whatever reason in Arkansas, and I'm not being critical, it's their money, they can do whatever they want. There's not been the person in football that has stepped forward the way the guy at Texas Tech did. And it's not like, again, we left Memphis thinking, man, Texas Tech's got a lot of momentum going. This guy didn't hop on what he thought to be a gravy train. It wasn't like this thing was, one of those situations where you could see it coming. He bought low. He bought low, and the return's been enormous.
Sometimes when you're at the bottom, it's a lot easier to kind of figure out what you want to do. And Arkansas has actually arrived at that place. And out of desperation, maybe that's the wrong word, but when you get there, if you're Texas Tech, you're like, I see some opportunities here. We got a lot of money with this guy, and this guy, by the way, has a lot of say now, and he's going to be involved, and we're going to do these things, and we're going to take a swing. And I can't say that Arkansas is doing exactly what Texas Tech did. By the way, I'm still very unsure of what it all looks like in this cycle of the portal and NIL. This cycle being the first that's supposed to be legitimate NIL and rev share.
Oh, I think we've already moved beyond that.
Well, we didn't even have that last year, okay? So whether we've moved beyond it or not is going to become very evident in the coming days.
No question.
But the idea that we can say now, like you're not supposed to be able to have a legitimate $25 million roster. So what somebody in college football, which I'm sure they're not going to, and we'll talk to Dari Nowkhah about this in a second, needs to explain to me what that's going to look like now. But Arkansas has made some moves. Are they the right moves? Do they need to make more of them or bigger ones? We'll get into that when we come back.
I don't know exactly how this works, and I know just enough, frankly, about it to be wrong. But there are obviously tiers of players, great players, good players, so-so players. We've gotten a lot of so-so players out of the transfer portal, just to be blunt about it. We got a lot of so-so guys. You want to move up in tiers. And, it may be somebody you've never heard of, but he's a good player. Arkansas has gotten some guys out of the portal that we've never heard of that were just okay. We've not heard of them because they've been backup somewhere else. And, you just need to move to a different tier.
6:10 on a Wednesday, and the face of the SEC Network, Dari Nowkhah, coming up next. We're full service here. We're like the concierge of sports talk radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like walk-ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this. Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Get up. You got to get up. You got to go. You're going to feel worse if you don't. Feel better now.
I don't know about
Hate
that.
it later.
You might feel better staying in bed.
You will. You will.
That's an embellishment. You might feel better staying in bed.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
He's the face of the SEC Network. Dari Noka joining us on the Chuck and Bo Show at 6:15 on a Wednesday. Dari, good morning.
Dari.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you guys?
We're talked out on the argument of the college football playoff momentarily. We've had enough of this.
We're taking a break. We're waiting on a new angle to emerge.
Yeah, we want to.
Oh, good luck. Good luck with that.
Yeah, we'll get there. But let's talk about like where we're headed in this new transfer portal world starting January 2nd, or is it going to be the same? Meaning, what happened to the NIL clearinghouse and rev share, and we're going to have a little bit of more of a level playing field. Are we going to see that be a reality or the opposite here in the next few weeks?
I've kind of given up on that being a reality. Sounds like all the college football programs and the young men that are benefiting from it have kind of given up on that too. Constant threat of lawsuit, right? You can't tell me how much I can earn. It didn't make a lot of sense to me initially for a committee to decide a player's value or what a max value would be, because is value not what someone is willing to pay you? I mean, that's what I've always thought value was. So, yeah, I don't know that the clearinghouse really ever seemed like it was going to be, an efficient way of operating. I would like to see something put in place, but I don't know what it is, but it doesn't at least seem to be that at this particular point. But the thing is, it's still pretty remarkable how even in this NIL world and big money being thrown around by a lot of people, it is being thrown around by a lot of people. And that's how you get the Indianas of the world into college football relevance. So it is. It's being spread around a lot more than I think most of us thought it would be.
Dari, what are they saying around the SEC about Ryan Silverfield?
It's funny, like in this playoff situation, I don't know that we've talked a whole heck of a lot about Ryan Silverfield or Alex Golesh.
It's interesting, isn't it?
You've got 6 new coaches, but you don't, 2 of them are still coaching other teams. And, I guess one of them still coaching, John Summerall still coaching Tulane on his way to Florida. And then you've got the part of the Ole Miss staff that's going to be back to LSU after their run is over. That's kind of been the topic of discussion, obviously, in the playoff stuff, but having 5 teams from the league in and 2 going head-to-head on a Friday night, I mean, that's kind of driving the conversation. I suspect when the season is over, we start diving into more of the Golesh and the Silverfield and the, Summerall and all the, the 6 faces in new places. It'll be, one of the things, Pete Golding's obviously going to be interesting and see how far Ole Miss goes under him. I'll be out there for that game against Tulane, but yeah, it's been pretty quiet on the Silverfield front, I think, for most of us in the SEC, just because it's playoff time now.
Do you think Ole Miss made the right move with Pete Golding? I think it was the right move for right now, given what was happening in that moment. Will we be looking at that, 3 years from now, and they're trying to hire a new coach?
It's impossible to say. Bo, I have found that a lot of hires that I thought would be great weren't, and a lot that I didn't think made sense ended up being great. So I have no idea. I guess we just have to see if Keith Carter's instinct was right. I mean, he's watched Golding coach for a few years now, closer than anybody has, and obviously Golding is he's a Saban tree guy, so that certainly is a feather in his cap. And I don't know, but I think that in this day and age now, again with the calendar as it is, he had to find somebody, and he had to hire somebody like immediately, because to say, all right, and I thought initially it might be, all right, Pete Golding is the guy. Let's see how the next couple of weeks of playoff go, and then we'll decide. That you can't do that anymore. When everybody else has a full-time coach and you're the one out there floating around with an interim coach, you're killing yourself when it comes to signing day and the portal and everything and building a staff. These, all the quality assistants are being gobbled up by all of these new coaches. So I don't think you could afford to wait to name somebody. And especially if you're looking at roster retention, a guy that they're all familiar with, and play hard for and trust. I think he's right there in front of you. I just don't know anymore. It's all changed in how administrators and ADs and hiring firms, you don't have the amount of time that you used to have. And you've got to try to retain talent and get right on the phones trying to obtain new talent. And there's no time to waste.
Hey, I saw a quote from John Summerall. He said, I got 2 phones, 2 jobs, and 2 hours of sleep. What do they think in Florida about their new football coach still working for somebody else when there's clearly work to do there?
Yeah. I think, and I'll take this from Doring, who's, my Florida guy.
I know.
But I think he likes him. There was a real fear that anybody that they were going to hire was going to be seen as a disappointment, because there was a real time they thought they were going to have Lane. But I think once he heard Summerall kind of get up and talk and show his confidence and his fire and his passion, and you look at his track record at Troy and Tulane, I think that he's kind of a fan, and I'll assume that most of Gator Nation is. But yeah, no, I would suspect it's probably pretty tough to manage both jobs. You know, you look at like Kirby Smart did it, but he wasn't the head coach at Alabama. He was running one side of it. So, you know, whether it's him or Bob Chesney doing James Madison and UCLA, I think it's kind of fascinating to see how this is going to work.
Really
but
is.
you know, I mean, I'll assume Scott Strickland's kind of monitoring the recruiting angle, the portal angle, the tampering angle that everybody does. It's not even a bad word anymore. It's just a reality part of college football. So, you know, it remains to be seen. That's the thing, Chuck. It's funny, like all of this stuff, it's all so new that we just don't have any idea how it's really going to work.
Yeah.
All those stories are still being written.
Here's something that is more traditional that seems to have worked. Brent Venables, OU, where you went to school.
Right.
And going into the year, I think he was under a lot of heat. And we looked at that schedule, and we wondered what it might look like by the end of the year for Brent Venables.
Yeah.
I don't need like all the details of all the players, but what has worked there? I don't hear about Oklahoma spending tons of money in the transfer portal. I'm sure they're doing their share. But what has worked? Because that's been a more traditional, like, year 4. I mean, he won 10 games, won 6 games, 10 games, 6 games last year, 10 games this year.
Yeah.
That's more of a
He's the
traditional
coach of the year.
development run.
He's the coach of the year in the league, I think.
I think he is too, guys. And it's funny, like the Eddie Robinson Coach of the Year list came out. There's like 12 or 15 people on it, and he's not even on it. I don't understand.
That's ridiculous.
But, you know, I think two things. One, the hire of Jim Nagy has been huge. And if Jim Nagy is not hired, Brent Venables cannot really just afford to call the defense, design the defense, scheme the defense. And I think those two things kind of go hand in hand with why he's been
He's the
so
GM
good.
at OU, for those that don't know.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And he's got all the experience from the Senior Bowl and NFL, you know, GM. He was an assistant GM in a million NFL locations, Seattle, for a long, long time. And he's done a really, really good job acquiring talent in the portal. But also, now there's some failed experiments, right? Jaden Ott is the ultimate failed experiment. And the offense hasn't quite clicked. But remember, Arbuckle and Mateer came over before Nagy was named there. So I think the offense is a work in progress still. But what Venables has done calling that defense is just absolutely remarkable. And being able and have the freedom to do that without worrying about roster management and acquiring of talent has been enormous for him. So it's been awesome because he's just a tremendous human being and, you know, does so much in the community. At the same time, you know, as a husband to a wife that, you know, has been battling breast cancer for so long, and it's not easy what he does, but he does it well. They play their tails off for him, and in the meantime, Nagy's over here now, you know, working on retaining talent, which they did a really good job of last year with guys like Deion Burks and R. Mason Thomas. While the Satania edition, obviously out of your place, has been absolutely such a successful thing. But if you look at the recruiting classes, you know, the 26 class that Nagy assembled on relatively short time is a good class. You know, they'll supplement in the portal, but the 27 class is the number one class everywhere. You can't find a publication that doesn't have them number one. And so they're really, really starting to get this thing rolling.
Yeah.
And BB's, you know, massive part of it, obviously.
The organizational part of this, the structure within the organization is as critical as it's ever been. And you're going to have a hard time shortcutting those processes. I know you got to go.
We're in drop off mode, guys. Yeah, no, it's all good.
You're in the lane. You're in the lane.
We're here.
The hugs, the kisses, and
it's all coming.
Great dad. All right, man. Appreciate you. Talk soon, brother. Thank you.
Talk to you guys.
Dari Nowkhah, the face of the SEC Network, host of SEC Now, host of multiple radio shows, and does a show in Norman remotely from Charlotte, and a daily show. If you like OU football, he's your guy. You can find it over there on the World Wide Web. You can just Google Dari Nowkhah, Norman, Oklahoma. You'll find the show. That piece right there that he pointed to with OU is interesting. I equate it or compare it to the situation at Texas Tech. The organizational part, and Hunter and Ryan Silverfield talked about this a little bit, especially Hunter, about how he feels like they're aligned from the board, the school president, the chancellor, the AD, the football coach, all on the same page and donors being aware of what they're doing and raising this money and all those things. Like, one of the things you mentioned a second ago about Arkansas football was, people look around, we need more money. And, how do you get that money? Where's it coming from? Belief in the head coach, belief in the organization, belief in the system that you have is really the only way you get that money, unless somebody is just benevolent, charitable, a philanthropist that they want to give. I should never say that before like 7 a.m. They want to give their money. People now are not just looking to give their money. They want to know where it's going and what for. No longer is it, I'm not saying some people don't do this, but you don't just give, here's $500,000 to the Razorback Foundation, here's $1 million to the Razorback Foundation, without knowing exactly what it's going to.
Well,
we're more in an ROI situation than we've ever been in the giving to college athletics. What's the return on this investment?
Well, that's not the way it should be, but I understand that's how it is for some people. But you look at the program like Texas Tech. That guy didn't care. I mean, he wants an ROI. There's no question about that. But the ROI is, I'm going to watch the school I love win. That's the return on his investment.
That's what I mean by that.
And but
they want to know where it's
hang
going.
Hang on a minute. It's hard to find programs where you don't have one person or 2 or 3 people that are the primary givers. People talk about Ole Miss. Go down and really look at the books at Ole Miss. There's 3, 4, 5 people that are providing 90% of the money. And I'm beginning to believe, in fact, it's one of those situations, I can make the argument on both sides, but I'm beginning to believe that the best way to do it is to be fortunate enough, maybe not the best way to do it, but the way it works out a lot of times is you've got that one person or you've got those 2 or 3 people that give a lot of money. Troy Aikman's in the news right now. He gave some NIL money to UCLA. He basically sponsored a backup quarterback. Essentially, that's kind of the norm now, is that, people who give to the NIL.
That left here?
No, it wasn't the kid that left here. It was a kid that left UCLA. And the point was, he said, I never even heard from the kid. He never called me, never said thank you, never said anything. Now he's gone, and he said, I'm never giving another penny. This is Troy Aikman. He's got plenty of money to give. I'm never giving another penny. But now you look at a situation like Texas Tech. You got one guy. I promise you, every one of those players greets him when he walks out to that field. I promise you, every single one of them goes over there and greets him. He gets the ego return. He gets the return of watching his team do well. That's his ROI. But that's one person. Again, the state of Texas did not rally around the Red Raiders, just that one guy. And I have to say this about the Oklahoma situation. They do have an advantage we don't have. They don't care about anything but football. Have you seen that basketball arena? Have you seen that baseball park? Have you seen their facilities over there? Bottom rung. Now, they're beginning to get SEC money in now, and like Missouri, they're going to spend on new facilities because they've got money they never had before. But they don't care about anything but football. Everything goes into football. I don't know if that's the program we want, but that's the program they have at Oklahoma. They like winning at other things, but they don't prioritize it.
No, it's true, and that's you rattled off.
Georgia's the same way. Georgia's the same way.
And Arkansas is trying to have a broadly successful athletic department, which they have, and now they got to catch football up. Edward, we have someone in the parking lot on the phone.
That's what I've been told. Yes.
Lee, good morning.
Leo.
Good morning, Bo. I have not forgotten. I promised that you could pick out a Christmas stocking for Ryder. So I've got my little bag of Christmas stockings, and you can pick one out for Ryder, and I will embroider his name while I'm here, if that's okay.
Wow, I don't know what to say. I mean, what do I just come down to the parking lot and point at one, and then come back up and do the show, and then I come back later and his name's on a stocking?
Well, I need a table and I need some light. So, is there a table somewhere in
love live radio, baby?
What do you want to do, Chuck? What's the plan?
It's your call.
It's my call.
Yeah, it's your call.
Yeah. So we've never had this happen before. So we're going to take a break and we'll come down. I'll come down and we don't have any security here, so don't hurt me. But we'll be down at a
Don't shoot. Don't shoot.
I'll go down with you.
Yeah,
I'm pretty intense.
Take some muscle with you. Take some muscle with you down there. Take Edward.
It's 6:31. You never know what's going to happen here on the Chuck and Bo Show. Chuck's laughing.
Yes, I am.
But he wouldn't be laughing if it was the other way around.
I'd be looking out the window.
You need to be looking out the window. Derek, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
How about them hogs, gentlemen?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hog Trough Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up. And don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hog Trough, you get the best of both worlds. Professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection or visit hoggutters.com. When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds. Make the right call.
Chuck has thoughts. I want to have some coffee and let you guys roll for a while. This is going to be good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, I just want to say we need to appreciate Bart a little more because Bart know what the hell he's talking about. Boy, you bad, boy.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, boy.
You bad, Bart.
I am. That's right.
That's never happened before. It's not my
So
favorite.
now what are you getting?
It's not my favorite thing to do.
What's going on here?
Have a random, I don't like things I'm not ready for. I think that just played out.
Not big into surprises. I do know that about you.
I mean, if it's a pleasant surprise, but you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I remember I had a surprise 40th birthday party, and 15 minutes later, I still wasn't fully there.
Yeah,
I was still
remember
in my
this.
head about what was
remember
happening
this.
before. I think Zach Clark and I were filling out the lineup for our 9-year-old baseball team for the first tournament we were going to have the next day, and we were still on number 7, who was hitting 7th in the lineup. And all I was thinking is we got to finish the lineup.
Do we need to recap?
Brain. So Leo called.
Do we need to recap the first 30 minutes of the show? I mean, you seem a little disheveled right now.
I remember, I think, where we were.
Okay, all right.
But Leo called a long time ago and said
remember.
she made these special Christmas stockings, the ones you hang on the mantle. And, I didn't really think anything of it. And you laughed because she said they were $175.
I didn't laugh. I wasn't laughing
She just reminded me that you did.
Oh, okay.
When she came to the parking lot unannounced and called the show that she
Doesn't
was
like
down
me.
there.
Loves
and
you,
that
doesn't
she
like me.
wanted me to pick them out. And then she wants to come inside and embroider the name on there. And you guys, you just ran off and left me. Like Chuck was laughing
went and
at
made
me.
coffee. I went and made coffee.
No. You were thrilled that I was in this position, and you had nothing to help.
That's not true.
There was no
That is not
thoughts.
true.
No, you backed away from the microphone.
Look,
you pointed at me. You laughed.
I was
Bart had
covering
his
up for my envy. I was covering up for my envy. It was just a natural defense mechanism.
Bart's over there under the table. And Edward's just staring at me with his hands in his hoodie pocket.
That's not true. I got up,
just
followed you,
smiling.
and said, "Hey, Bo, do you want me to come downstairs?"
That was
with
it.
you?
Yeah, that
and you
was,
said no.
That
so
was
let's
when
not,
we
let's not
went
lie.
to break.
But the other two.
But in the moment, y'all, you all three of you just kind of backed away, and you're like, what's Bo gonna do? Let's see how this goes.
Oh, like if it had been reversed, you'd have walked down the stairs with me.
Chuck, I'm a people pleaser.
You would
I'm
not
always trying to help you.
I
would have gone down there for you.
And as it turns out, everything's fine.
Everything is fine.
Everything. I knew it would be.
You know what? It was a growth moment for me.
Yeah.
Was it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't have growth moments unless you're in extremely uncomfortable positions.
Well, I thought you handled it with remarkable grace.
Well, it turns out Leo's a former usher, and I immediately recognized her face, from going to games over the years. And so now she's down there in the conference room. I don't know what she's doing, but she's putting Ryder's name on a stocking that I had to pick out. And let me tell you, these stockings, they must take forever to put together.
That cost what, $175?
I think so. Well, I think so.
Nice
I'm going to see if she'll make one for you.
I mean, that's a nice stock.
It's going to be you pointing at me and laughing.
Yeah.
And it's then we're gonna hang it on. That's what we need. We need stockings in here. We need Christmas decorations in the studio.
That would be nice.
Forget decorating.
Edward's into that.
Our front
Edward's into
porches.
that.
Why don't you decorate the studio?
Done.
Okay.
Well, Bart, they said Edward.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
That's just one more thing you don't have to do, Bart.
Yeah.
Just one thing off your plate.
That's funny.
Your plate is full. Your plate is full. Do you want to help?
Edward's a good decorator. I mean, he talks about it all the time.
I think we could all use some holiday cheer around here.
Okay.
And maybe just
I'll be
keep
in at
it
2 tomorrow.
Maybe keep it going.
2 a.m. to.
Don't do that. We don't need you dragging on the show because you were doing that.
Just do it later today.
I think we need a hard reset on where we were. We were really getting somewhere on.
We really were making progress.
We were going to get somewhere on where Arkansas
One
is.
step up, 2 steps back.
And where the money's coming from and what it's going to look like, not just under a new coach, but what's the backdrop to the program going to be moving forward. And the idea that it seems like the dominant or the popular, sort of opinion on where people are with the football program is, I'm going to give Ryan Silverfield a chance. I'm going to give him a chance.
I also think there's an underestimation on all our parts about how much money we're really talking about. And, the term, we throw out $20 million as though, $20 million is just a casual number. That's a lot of money. And there's a lot of money that's going to be changing hands. And it's difficult to get your head around. And I think that's where a lot of people are right now, because people say, well, how come he didn't figure it out? Or how come this guy's not figured it out? Or how come this guy's doing – they're all faking their way through to a great degree. I mean, they just are. Some guys get good hops, and by that I mean a booster gives you, umpteen $1 million for your football or your basketball program. There's this idea that – and I know there's an art to going out and procuring big money from people who have it. I know there's an art to it. But at the same time, you're also depending upon somebody loving his school more than just about anything else in the world. Because, and I know there's talk about private equity, and we may get into that this morning. But it looks like to me, and again, I'll cite Texas Tech, and I'll use Indiana to a great degree as well. It's not like these people are getting a huge financial return on their investment. They're not. Their ego's getting a return on their investment, and watching their school wins the return on their investment. But only somebody with a whole lot of money can do that. And I just think sometimes we get desensitized to how much money is really required. You could have the greatest event ever and raise $1 million. Yeah, that'll buy you a pretty good quarterback. Pretty good. Maybe really good. But what about the rest of the football team? So I just don't think people understand what we're talking about sometimes.
Where do you think Arkansas football is headed? We can get some opinions on this. What do you think is going to happen? Predict the future. Go ahead. Staff's being put in place. Portal's coming. You don't know what's going to happen with all of that. But what do you think is about to happen with Arkansas football? More of the same? Change? Bowl game? Playoff run in the next couple of years? That'd be, you're going to have to get to probably 9 wins, but 9 wins would probably get you in the conversation if they're at 16 teams in a couple of years. Where do you think this thing's headed? 877-377-6963 here on what's been a wacky Wednesday.
It's a wacky Wednesday.
The Morning Drive's brought to you by Drive DSI. Distribution Solutions Incorporated. You see DSI trucks driving all over the place, all over the country, all over Arkansas. If you're a truck driver, DSI is always looking for professional OTR drivers. DriveDSI.com. Go there, apply today, find out about all the benefits, the vacation time, the home time. They know being home's important, and they know you being part of the DSI family is what they're all about. You're not just a truck number. You are a driver with a name. 645, DriveDSI.com, the Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, what's your point?
You want my point?
Yes, I asked for it. Make it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Football season's here, and Flight by Yuengling is the light beer built for game days. Tastes like a Yuengling, but it's a light beer, and only 95 calories. Flight raises the bar for what a light beer should be, and now it comes in a 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle and skinny cans. Perfect for tailgates, watch parties, or just kicking back after the game. Pick it up at your favorite store or ask your bartender. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Hey, it's Bo. I recently got engaged, and Ben Blakeman helped me out. You told me the Purple Bag's undefeated.
The Purple Bag is undefeated, Bo. And not only are we where Arkansas gets engaged, but it's where our boy Bo got engaged.
I sure did, and now it's on to Christmas. What do we do now?
Purple Bag under the tree, Bo.
Take it to the next level with Blakeman's and my friend Ben. He hooked me up, and he can help you out too.
Let Blakeman's make this Christmas truly exceptional. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, because brilliance begins here.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Woodhouse Spa is making the holidays easier and more relaxing. Give the gift of calm. Woodhouse delivers a customizable spa experience with every service tailored to your needs. And Woodhouse Spa gift cards are as meaningful as they are effortless. You can pick them up online at rogers.woodhousespas.com. Or if you go in person and spend $250 or more, you'll receive a special holiday gift while supplies last. Woodhouse Spa Rogers in Pinnacle Hills or online at rogers.woodhousespas.com. This is not interesting. It's just interesting to us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you owning the day? Like, if you're not, at that point, it's still early enough to get your butt in gear, right?
Can I point something out here? It's okay to drag in the morning. It's okay. I mean,
You're not helping this.
I don't care. We're not a self-help show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I've been offered a stocking today for my grandson. Leo
Very
showed
nice
up in the
stocking.
parking lot.
Yeah.
She showed up in the parking lot and called the show.
Real life has happened
Live
over
on
the last
air.
20 minutes.
I went down there, and she's now in our
Nice
conference
lady.
room. Very nice lady. I'm
We
just,
think.
I'm a little off center right now.
Yeah.
And then Keith. Big Keith. Broke Keith in the house.
On the street.
On the street. Yeah. Broke Keith on the street. Has been pounding the text line. And dang near threatening, me to pay my $50 debt to him, which was, he said Arkansas wouldn't win another game this year when they were at 2 wins. And I just laughed. I mean, of course they're going to win another game.
Scoffed, really.
And boy, was he right.
Yeah.
And so I owe him $50, and he sent us his Venmo. None of us. We all tried. We couldn't get in. And so then he wanted a Walmart gift card and wanted me to go get a Walmart gift card.
Took a different turn then.
And take a picture with the numbers on the back and send it to him.
Yeah.
And, that just never happened. I forgot. I don't think about getting Walmart gift cards. It's not, like part of it. Never made my to-do list. I'm just going to be honest. And so today he really came in and was swinging a heavy hand.
Yeah, he was.
And
he
just hammering the text line. And so we tried again on the Venmo. This time it popped up. And so I just want to announce to the world that I added $10 to the bet interest. So 20% for Keith. So now Broke Keith has $60.
He's been in full-blown collection mode this week. I mean, sometimes.
Well, it's the end of the year.
Sometimes you hit that stage in life, man. I got to go into collection mode this week.
It's the end of the. If you
and
miss
that's where
it,
he
like,
is.
people are all going to be broke by December.
You just
31st,
saved
so
Christmas, basically.
You got to do it now.
You just saved Christmas.
Yeah.
For Big Keith.
For somebody that he owes.
That's right.
I don't know if
it all rolls downhill. I mean, we know. We understand how that works.
But maybe we should send some gifts too. Maybe we could do that.
Like a Secret Santa.
Yeah. Or, we could just kind of take up our own collection for Broke Keith.
Actually,
this whole thing started with him making hundreds of thousands of dollars
on 16-team parlays.
16-team parlays.
He told us how to be rich.
And it's ended with me giving him $60.
I think the first call, he basically said, dare to be rich. I mean, that's basically, he dared you to be rich. If you'll take my bets, you'll be rich. And bang, let me send you $60.
Yeah. And the thing is, he's just like Arkansas football. He's so close. He's so close. He's just like 15-1 on these parlays. Big Keith, you get your money?
Hey, bud, I don't know yet. No, I was wanting to tell you the deal, though.
What?
I hear you. Are you going to do a commercial?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. You want to stay around?
You want to stick around and tell us the deal after the...
You want to hold or fold?
Yeah. I'll wait.
Okay, he's going to wait.
Isn't that what Rainwater says?
I don't know what
hold
device,
or fold?
I don't know what device he's trying to speak on.
I know.
What is
going
it
in
with
and out?
Yeah, I mean, what is going on
You
with
don't
some
get
of these
real good
people
reception
when they get
in
on
those
the
holding cells.
phone?
Needs to pay that phone bill.
Yeah.
All right, listen, we're going to get on track here, and what that means, I don't know, but we're gonna give it a whirl. Coming up at 7 o'clock here. It's 6:55, the Chuck and Bo Show.
This fall, don't just pay for a heating tune-up. Make it part of a Paschal membership and get year-round benefits for your home. For as low as $8.99 a month, your annual tune-up is included. Plus, members get exclusive discounts on air, plumbing, and electric services. Don't wait until there's a problem. Protect your home, budget, and peace of mind with Paschal. Visit gopaschal.com to learn more and join today. And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more, they carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today. Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorbacks. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mengarelli are the real deal, two of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes, and now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye, and you will be too.
For Chuck Barrett, I'm Bo Madden. Good morning. Hey, kids, how about a bagel?
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Do you, listener, do you feign not knowing things or intentionally not learn things in your line of work so that then other people will do it?
That's not true.
Chuck loves to play dumb.
That is not true.
And he loves to play even dumber. Here's what I know about Chuck. At any point, he can let you know that he actually knows how to do that, and then your value's gone. You just think I need you, Bart, but when I'm done with you, I'll do that myself.
Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
If we were as big as we wanted to be as a show, we would show a live look-in right now on Ryder's name being sewn on the stocking.
I went back there and took a look
we
at
technically
it.
probably could do
That
that.
is the nicest stocking I've ever seen. And I've seen stockings in my day, let me tell you. It is it's the nicest stocking I've ever seen, period.
It's like something you'd get in Branson. I mean, really. At a craft
That
festival.
pretty much sums it up right there.
Yes.
War Eagle, make a mint.
Yes.
Take a bag full of those out to War Eagle, you could retire.
Right. I mean, it's pretty legit. I'm still a little, I don't even know what.
See, this is old school radio. I was raised in a small town. I worked at a small town radio station. People didn't call. They showed up. It's like living in a small town.
Really, we should be, out with the people more. Not holed up in the studio here.
To me, this is perfectly normal.
Why don't we just start doing the show at Rick's?
It would be easier.
Why don't we just go to Rick's and do the show every day? And people can come in and they can hang out and they can just, we're going to do that. I'm not saying we're going to do it every day, but we're going to do that. Sorry, Bart. It's just a little more work on you. You can hire some people to help. Like, we're going to go.
Can we move all the stuff Edwards got over? Just move it down there permanently?
Coffee with Chuck and Bo. I mean, treats. Bring the kids by on the way to school.
Build
whatever.
out a studio. I'm sure they've got some space down there.
I mean, but we could also just kind of move it around. We can't just stay in Fayetteville. I mean, we got to go. We got to hit parts of Northwest Arkansas. We've got to go to that Hardee's in Fort Smith we've heard so much about. We've got to go. We're going to be in Hot Springs on Friday.
We got to go eat breakfast at great Arkansas spots.
Yes.
The OARC Cafe.
We're going to have
to go to places like that.
We can't do it all the time. We got, Chuck's got crazy schedule. I got a crazy schedule, so we can't always be out of town. But we're going to start doing that. People should not have to come to our parking lot and randomly call us, and then we have to. It was dark out. It was 6:30 this morning.
Well, you also are looking for cover. I mean, let's be honest. You're looking for a little cover. You got a restaurant full of people.
I'm putting us out there. We'll hire Lonnie as our driver and security guard. We'll be good.
Or we need to go to a place so remote that it's virtually impossible to get to. I actually think this is nice.
Oh,
it's nice.
It really is.
Ryder will keep this stocking
there's a story
for years and years and years.
It is a wonderful gesture.
Let me tell you how you got this stocking, Ryder.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this story.
Yeah.
Well, tell me, Granddad.
Yeah.
It's going to provide you one of those moments.
Tell me, Granddad. Oh my gosh. Broke Keith, who now has $60 from me, is on the Chuck and Bo Show. Are you satisfied that you've got your money plus $10?
Happy now, Broke Keith?
Yeah. Hey, I need to tell you something, Bo. I wasn't mad at you. I was upset that.
Sure sounded like it.
Well, no, I was upset at you, Chuck. You and Bo kind of both. Because you guys said that if I lost a bet, I wouldn't pay it, and then you were saying how, I gave you my Venmo, I gave you all this stuff, and you saying either I was lying or it wasn't working, and my rep is all I have, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so it kind of frustrated me that you was putting out there that I wouldn't have paid you, number one, if I would have lost. Number two, that I'm a liar. It kind of made me feel like. Which,
I didn't. I don't remember ever calling you a liar. And if I did,
no,
I apologize. I wasn't.
I don't think you did. I don't think you said it specifically, but they're innuendo.
We implied. We implied you might be telling a falsehood.
I mean, in fairness to us, okay, just in fairness to us, you have made some claims that make you sound like a damn liar.
They were a
I
little
know,
dubious.
but they're honest, bro. They're honest. Everything
Well,
I say
I'm
is
just
honest.
telling you, Keith, I can't find
I know.
anybody that believes you.
I know. That's all right.
So I
know.
wouldn't
It's all
wouldn't
good.
just pin this on me or Chuck. I'd say, like, you got a PR problem.
No, I was telling you that's why I was pushing a little bit because it kind of made me upset. That's why I was you know, 'cause I
man's
told you the
reputation
same.
took a hit.
Let me ask you.
man's reputation took a hit for crying out
Did
loud.
winning a bet against me that Arkansas wouldn't win another game all year bring some credibility to you?
Damn right it did.
I hope it did.
See, that's what this was all about.
He's adding value to you, bro, Keith. He did it without you even realizing it. He was adding value.
I don't think I won. You know what I mean? Is it really winning if Arkansas loses all of its games? No, because I still love Arkansas.
But you
know
still
what I mean? I
wanted
want
your
to see them do better.
$50. You still wanted your $50.
Well, a gentleman's bet to me is, you know what I mean? You got to do what you got to do.
Well, I mean, you can't have it both ways. You either won or you didn't.
Oh, I won. I didn't like it, but I won.
You're
That's like
telling me you didn't like it. You've been texting and calling every day for 2 weeks.
No.
How
no, I'm saying
bad?
I didn't like
need-
that the Razorbacks lost. I'm saying I didn't like how I won the bet. Oh no, I'm telling you, I won. So
Let's
you-
do another
you know,
one. Let's do another bet, Keith. What do you want it to be?
Just time right now.
How
There's
much do
nothing
you
going
need?
on.
How much do you need, Keith? What can
Nothing.
we do here?
I
Tell me.
just apologize for saying I was wrong and say I was right.
From the bottom of my heart, Big Keith, from the bottom of my otherwise cold heart, I apologize for damaging your reputation.
It's a frozen heart, so
Okay.
you don't really get
All
in
right.
there. But right off the top
Well,
of his heart.
I want you guys to know if the lady, if she's listening to you in the break room, she can go back now. The hit is off. You know, that was my silent assassin I sent over there.
Yeah. We actually wondered about that. We did wonder.
I know. I'm teasing, bro. I don't.
Are you
I don't
though?
hold that back.
Are you teasing?
Yeah, but
Are you though?
Look at my point. I gave you the same. I gave you the same Vimo. Why is it working now and it wasn't then?
I don't know. We tried it over and over again with that day.
Well,
that I called.
we were using Venmo, not Vimo.
Keith, do
And
you really?
I think that was the mix-up. The mix-up.
Keith, do you really think that I was not trying to pay your $50? Do you really think that?
No, I don't know. I didn't know. That's why I was giving you the options of the Walmart card. I was giving you different options, so in case something didn't work. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just glad it's all's well that ends well.
Hey, I think it was. I think it. What's today? December 11th.
10th.
Yeah.
10th. Okay. When did Arkansas play its last game?
Before
week and a half.
This is a
2 weeks
net
ago?
30
Yeah.
situation. I don't know what the deal. I mean, you got paid within 30 days.
Hey, it's all good, bro.
I mean,
I
pay
like you
periods
guys
every
to-
2 weeks. I don't know what you want me to do. I had to wait on it.
Hey, Keith, you coming over to Oakland on Friday morning? You coming over to Oakland for the show?
I don't go over there.
Okay, all right.
I don't go over there.
But I got you.
But
Gotta
hey,
stay-
cool. I just
got
was
you.
wondering you couldn't pay 60, but you paid for all that thousands of dollars for that ring, though. I'm teasing you. Congratulations on that again, Bo. And thank you for paying. And I just want you to know that we're cool and everything's fine.
Let me tell you.
thank God.
Let me tell you, Keith. That was a better gamble than anyone you've taken.
I heard that. You know, and I'm proud of you, sir.
Oh, well, yeah, you should be. You should be. Do you
It-
want to do
it's
another?
really-
Do you want to do another bet?
Let me think about it and see what we got going. And
No, you got to decide
you know.
today. The bank's open. You know, just one more day here.
The best bets are spur of the moment.
Well, I think Georgia's probably going to win it all.
Oh, well, walk a plank there. Come on.
No, I know.
Take a
I know.
risk.
I don't know. I mean, hey, run down. Tell you what I'll do. You run down all the SEC, all the playoff games. I'll give them to you, and I guarantee that I win all of them. But at least one or two I might.
Well,
miss.
it's all it takes is one or two to ruin a parlay, Keith. That's what got us here in the first place.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
That's not serious.
It's hilarious. You're one of it.
Keith, I love you, man. I'm glad
I was
you're
just trying to come
glad you're
off
doing
my
well.
head, brother.
What are you going to do with that $60, Keith?
Pay my bill.
There you go. That's right.
There it is.
It's collection time.
That was it.
It's holidays.
That was it. Well, we got that settled.
Big Keith. That was fun.
Call back. We'll get another $50 bet. Now that I have your Venmo, this will be easy.
Vimo.
But I
got that Vimo.
That Vimo.
Yeah. Hey, can I talk?
Hey, hang on. Tell you what. I'll go through all the first round college football playoff games, and
Yeah.
I'll pick all 4 of them except for like 1 or 2.
Yeah, but hey, smart money's on Georgia. Smart money's on Georgia, I would say.
Hey, what a day! Yeah. I got a lady. I got a sweet lady that wants to make a stocking for my grandkid that shows up in the parking lot. And I got a goon after his $50.
Hey, I walked in this morning. I'm like, man, we got to get back to Razorback football. We got to get back to Razorback football today. We're talking about too much other stuff.
Well,
for 30 minutes. 25. Yeah. We pulled it off.
Yeah.
And then it all just broke loose.
We're gonna try again.
Yeah.
Is it too late for me to take a mental health day today?
Mental health day. I need to take a mental health day. I'm tired of you people.
I want to take a mental health day.
It's funny. Hey, WT Equipment's a family-owned, locally operated dealership. They've got 8 locations across Arkansas. If you're a working man, if you've got a farm, if you've got land, you got stuff you got to get done, they're the ones you need to partner with. They've got great brands like New Holland, Hustler, Steel, the legendary Bobcat. Most importantly, they've got an expert staff. They're going to help you find what you need. And their commitment to service runs deep, just like their Arkansas roots. So if you're looking for a dependable equipment partner, folks who treat you like family, go by your nearest WT Equipment location. You can log on to, you can visit WTEquip.com, and let's get to work.
Derek, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
How about them hogs, gentlemen?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Hey, it's Bo. I recently got engaged, and Ben Blakeman helped me out. You told me the Purple Bag's undefeated.
The Purple Bag is undefeated, Bo. And not only are we where Arkansas gets engaged, but it's where our boy Bo got engaged.
I sure did, and now it's on to Christmas. What do we do now?
Purple Bag under the tree, Bo.
Take it to the next level with Blakeman's and my friend Ben. He hooked me up, and he can help you out too.
Let Blakeman's make this Christmas truly exceptional. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, because brilliance begins here.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
He's Chuck Barrett.
He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I was just thinking this morning on the drive in, boy, it's going to be nice to see Chuck. And I don't usually think that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Gosh, people sometimes struggle to understand the humor that we attempt on the show. You want to read that text?
Well, let me see if I can find it here.
You don't have to.
No, it's good. No, it's good. It caught my eye. Bo.
Anytime people are disappointed in both of us, we've done something well.
Bo, you made the bet. And you are going to do all you can now to make Keith the bad guy. I'm truly disappointed in both of you. Not mad, disappointed. But I know that don't matter to you either. So that's what the people are saying.
Well, that's a salient point at the end.
Yeah.
It's
the nail on the head right
7:19. If you're in trouble like we are, you could use an attorney. Cadell Reynolds can help you out. They've been fighting for Arkansans for a long time. Bill Reynolds and the attorneys at Cadell Reynolds know how to get results when it matters most. And whatever it is, you can get a free consultation today at CadellReynolds.com. Make the right call. Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314. 866-314-3728. Cadell Reynolds, make the right call.
Do you want to talk about this private equity thing?
I do.
I need someone to explain it to me. So I'll understand.
So I got a bunch of text about this yesterday.
You run with money people. You run with money people.
Well, we know some people. I don't know if I run with them. But, you try to stay near for when you need $60 or $50 to pay somebody like Keith. Utah is nearing a 9-figure private equity deal with Otro Capital that would see the company take an ownership stake in a new for-profit entity, Utah Brands and Entertainment, LLC. Ross Dellinger reported this yesterday. Ross has been on the show. He'll be on to explain it at some point. Couldn't do it today.
He knows what he's talking
The
about.
university retains majority ownership and decision-making authority of Utah Brands and Entertainment. Let me just pause. Basically, you're creating a for-profit business that is running Utah athletics, as I understand this. Okay, right now it's a nonprofit athletic department in college athletics. Otro marries the capital infusion with a team of experienced operators. A president from outside the university will preside over the company and report to a board chaired by Utah Athletic Director Mark Harlan, with seats for trustees and Otro executives. The project includes a fascinating wrinkle. The university is offering a prominent group of donors the ability to purchase a stake in Utah Brands and Entertainment. Also of note, an exit strategy in 5 to 7 years exists, and the university holds the right to purchase Otro's ownership stake. This is what, if you go buy a car wash, you're going to go buy a bunch of car washes. There's a lot of car washes owned by private equity. It's the same kind of setup. The exit part of this means you can have a return on your investment. You could buy my shares, and they're worth more now than when I bought them. So you buy in. I bought them at 40. Now they're worth 80, and I cash out. But you're an owner thinking it's going to go from 80 to 120 at some point, just in real simple terms. Now, I'm not chief business executive here, but that's kind of a easy way to explain it. So what we have here in college athletics is donor fatigue. Donor fatigue. And where it used to be I just give my $1 million, I give my $5 million, I give my $500,000, and I hope, that it's handled well. I trust the people with the money, and let's go take care of our athletic department. Well, now with individual players making the money that they're making and the reports of what those numbers are, when someone like Hunter's out asking for money, more so than ever, people want to know exactly where it's going and for what. Because they're not getting anything back other than their team hopefully playing better or winning. And we continue to ask for more in everything. The salary pool, facilities. Bud Walton's still supposed to undergo some sort of renovation at some point. That's been put on hold, but that's traditionally that would already be happening. But now we got to take that money. You got to pay players. So what do? It's becoming a business. Like the players are treating it like a business. The agents are treating it like a business. But where the money's coming from isn't necessarily being treated like a business. So this is like one move to professionalize the whole thing and turn it into a business. Now, will it work? I hear a lot of people saying they think this is where the whole thing's going. You know, this is like ownership in pro sports.
We've heard 5-10 times over the last few years, oh, this is the way it's going. 5, 6, 7, 8 different things. This may be the way it's going. I have no idea. They don't either. What this is a headline-grabbing story that nobody understands. Big money people will tell you that they do, but nobody knows if this is going to work. My suspicion, when it's all said and done, if you want to get right down to it, the people that do the best are going to be the people that are part of this private equity company. They're the ones that are going to do the best. I don't think this is going to shift the balance of power in any way, shape, or form. Frankly, I think it's disgusting that we've gotten to this point in college football. I think it's flat out disgusting. And it does not serve the greater good in any way, shape, or form. And it will cause, in my opinion, the rich to get even richer and the poor to get even poorer. Just like most situations where big equity gets involved, equity firms get involved. This is not going to change things in college football. It's not going to change anything for the average fan. I know it's a headline-grabbing story, and I know people say this is the way it's going. Well, God help us if it is. Because all we're going to see is 5-10 teams do well every year and everybody else scraping the bottom of the barrel, firing their coach every 4 or 5 years. If you are into this to make money, why would you invest in a team that's not any good? Unless you want to be like unless you want to be like the owner of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Well, he's making a lot of money and his team's lousy every year.
Let me tackle that question. Why would you invest in a team that hasn't been any good? So you can be good. And so what happens is somebody comes along with the money. Hey, we can provide the money to make this happen. And that's how you're going to get good. But we're going to run it like a business.
I've been hearing that my whole life. You're already running it like a business. You're already running it like a business. I mean, you already are. It's already a business. You're just talking about a major infusion of cash in your business.
Right. Instead of just getting it from 3 or 4 donors.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I understand why they want to go this way because it's easier. I mean, it's easier. When somebody's looking to make a buck and they think they can make a buck off you, they come to you. You don't have to go to them. I think for many this is the way that it's going to go. But I'm not convinced in any way, shape, or form it's going to change anything.
Yeah, it's interesting. You're seeing it at a place like Utah, too. We saw it with the Big Ten as a conference in the offseason, and it didn't end up happening. Remember that? We had a similar story.
That's right.
About the Big Ten as a conference, and that didn't end up going through. So I think you're right about a headline-grabbing thing. Like, it makes it look like Utah's really doing something and you should come play
That's
here.
Exactly right. It makes it look like we're doing something and you're not.
That's just like
we're ahead of the game.
Virginia Tech story about how they were raising all this money.
Right.
You know, but it's $40 million over like several years.
Right.
It's not like they got a $40 million. Now, what was the story the other day? Somebody made a $100 million donation to an athletic department. Which athletic department was that?
Was that Michigan State?
I think Michigan State. Michigan State.
So,
now but he's not writing a check for $100 million, is he?
Probably not.
It's
this
probably
is a pledge over time.
Yes, exactly.
But those are the headlines that people are trying to get right now. And I've heard Hunter criticized a lot about, from his press conference that he didn't fully explain every detail of the money that they're getting and where it's going. And part of what he said is it was a competitive disadvantage to tell everybody exactly what they're doing because other people will start replicating it. To your point, things are changing so much. If you're Hunter or anybody else in that position, you're trying to figure out, like I know people may not realize this, believe it or not, he and they are trying to figure out how to get from 2-10
to 8-4. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
That's what they're trying to figure out. Like, if you think they're not actually trying to figure that out, I don't know what to tell you. But that's what all the effort's about.
And my only point in all of this is over the years, there have been many new innovative ways that people have come up with to infuse money into their athletic departments. I mean, just look at Arkansas's budget. Look at all the budgets compared to where they were 20 years ago. Everybody's done a great job of infusing their departments with cash. They all cry poor, but they've all got plenty of money if you get right down to it. Got a lot of money in reserve. My point in all of that is, though, that the balance of power has really not shifted all that much. Now, what's going to be interesting to see, and this is where, Bart always talks about data and data, however he says it. But the data moving forward 5-10 years is going to be, is it better to have a private equity company fund everything? Is it better to have one guy like the Texas Tech deal? Can you do it with a grassroots approach? We're so in the infancy still of this entire setup. We don't know the answers to those questions yet. Some have done it one way. Others have tried it that way. Didn't work. But when you don't win, obviously whatever you're doing in people's minds is wrong.
All this talk about money, Chuck, makes me think about banking. And all the questions that we can have.
They know more about it than I do, I promise you.
And banking. And when it comes to your personal world or your business, you need help with that. You need all the expertise you can get. That's how you bank better with First Security Bank. Maybe it's a home loan. They do mortgage loans. They've got lenders that'll help you understand the ins and outs and the impacts of taxes and everything else. But if you're a small business, First Security's small business checking account is designed to help you manage your business's day-to-day finances separate from your personal accounts. This separation helps with bookkeeping, tax prep, and personal liability protection. Learn more about it at fsbank.com or just stop by one of their many convenient locations. That's how you bank better. Choose the power of personal. Choose First Security Bank. Member FDIC.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, and complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Chuck, you've been around a while, and look, I don't mean that ugly, and Bo, you've been around not as long as Chuck.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
lot of ham year-round?
No.
See, I don't either. But it's like you'll have a ham at the holidays, and it's like, it's pretty good.
It's so good.
But like the rest of the year, someone says, do you want ham? It's like,
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, what a day it's been. What a day it's been. I mean,
we're only halfway through,
I
too.
just don't know what
What's
world
the final
I'm living
half of
in
the show going to bring?
when
something
Archie
to eat.
Manning is
He's the nicest man in the world.
Well, he's in the middle of handing out a blessing. And I don't know what this is, but it's some like Christmas blessings. I don't know what he's doing.
I think he's just making a video
Like a
for
fireside
a couple
chat?
of fans. It might be a cameo situation.
deal.
Okay.
Where he's just making a video,
Well, he
saying
goes
hi
off on Lane
to a
Kiffin.
fan.
It's in the middle of a holiday blessing.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then this comes out. Yeah.
Hey, Richard, Archie Manning here. Now, I know what big Rebel fans you, David, and Scott are, and I want to also thank you for being a big fan of mine. As you know, the Rebels had a great year. I think we're going to do great in the playoffs without our narcissist jerk coach. I sure hope so. Here's a New Year's blessing to the Don of the Kelly family. Hotty toddy.
That's amazing.
Archie Manning is like the nicest man in the world. And for him to say that, it's like, there was special venom there.
It was a sandwich.
I know.
It was a sandwich
Yeah.
with the positivity on either side.
know.
The bread and the crap in the middle. It was that.
They don't like Lane
Coach.
Kiffin.
I sure hope. Jerk coach. Without our narcissist jerk coach. I sure hope so. Here's a New Year's blessing to the Don of the Kelly family. Hotty toddy.
That was not edited either. That was the
No.
full thing right there.
Yes. That's beautiful. He just squeezed it in. Yeah, I'd like to hand out a blessing, just really appreciate you guys. I know what big Rebel fans you are. And we really had a great season. I think we're going to be great in the playoffs with our narcissistic jerk coach. But just wanted to send a blessing out to you guys for the new year. Beautiful.
I mean,
that's as good as you can do it right there.
That was that's the legend right there. Ole Miss legend.
Hey, I'm going to say this.
All right, go ahead.
On the record, okay?
All right, go ahead.
Everybody's looking at this Lane Kiffin thing like it was the home run hire. I like Lane personally. We've seen this before. And I wonder, I just wonder, is it going to be the home run hire that everybody thinks? And I will tell you, in my opinion, it's got just as good a chance of not working as it does to actually be really successful.
Yes. I don't think
Expand on your thoughts there, Barnes.
I don't think
more.
Lane at LSU is a good fit. I think Lane is an exceptional football coach. I think LSU is obviously an exceptional football program. I do not think it is a great fit for Lane at LSU.
Why?
I don't think it would have necessarily been a good fit for him at Florida either. I think he was a great fit at Ole Miss.
I think he would have been a good fit at Alabama, too.
I think he'd be a better fit at Alabama than either LSU or Florida.
I don't think Florida was the right place for him.
No.
And I don't know if, and by the way, I'm not rooting against him. Like personally, I want to see the guy have success. I think he's done some.
I mean, I want to see
I
LSU
think he's
lose.
really, I agree. I hear you on that. But I'm just talking about from a personal growth standpoint. I like seeing people that grow, have success, and seem to have their life together. And I know there was a period of time there where it really wasn't. I mean, it's worse than people realize with him. But this is an interesting thing here. And I like whatever, maybe it'll go just like everyone thinks, but it usually doesn't.
I think
it usually doesn't go like everybody thinks.
My guess will be that whenever Alabama or Kalen DeBoer decide to part company, whenever that happens, Lane Kiffin will pull a Nick Saban and leave LSU and go to Alabama.
There is such a contrast
because it's not going to be a fit.
There's such a contrast right now in terms of Lane Kiffin, from the way fans view Lane Kiffin and the way football people within the industry view Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin quit on his team. He quit on his team. And football people say that first. Fans, I love Lane Kiffin. I'd love to have Lane Kiffin. Look at the way he wins. And he has not won as much as people say, or as much as you might be led to believe. I've done a 180 on this over the past couple of weeks. I like Lane Kiffin's style as a coach. I like the way he calls plays. I like the way he runs his team. I think what he did at Ole Miss, I think he's probably the only one who could have done it. And I give him full credit for that. But he quit on his team. And he can blame the calendar all he wants, but the coaches approved the calendar. The calendar was not forced upon them. They voted for it. They approved it. And they did it because they thought at the time that having the calendar like this would be advantageous to them. They figured out it's not, and so now they're against it and blaming everything on it. He quit on his team. And if he quit on one team, he'll quit on you too. And I'm sorry. I in many ways am a fan of Lane Kiffin, but it's hard for me to get my arms around this. They were having the best year in their history of their program. He left for himself, for no one but himself. No one but himself.
I'm with you.
And this isn't a pay raise situation.
He would have gotten the same amount of money.
Yeah, and the LSU job is better than the Ole Miss job.
It is.
That's the other side of this coin. Do you blame a guy for going and taking a better job?
Yeah, but they hired you when nobody else did.
That's right. That is exactly right. They took a chance on him when nobody else would. It wasn't like Lane Kiffin woke up one day and said, you know what, I'd like to be the Ole Miss coach. That didn't happen. He was looking for somebody that liked him.
He was looking to get out of FAU.
That's right.
And he would have came here if the Ole Miss job hadn't come around.
Maybe so.
And then, but
he'd
here's
have
the
left
thing.
us in a lurch too.
He would have left at the moment he had success here.
Again, he's very good at what he does. And I've tried to like the guy because I do think he's an exceptional coach. But this stuff follows you around. And for people within the industry, whether he likes it or not, this is his calling card now. This is his calling card. For fans, whole different deal. But there's a real contrast right now to the way Lane Kiffin's viewed.
877-377-6963. Now, look, this with Ryan Silverfield now. Let's go here, Arkansas. And I wish we can't do it on a moment's notice. We could go back and find it. We played the clip the other day when I did that Hog Pod interview with him. And at the end, he mentioned loyalty. And he mentioned being here to be here. Like he was loyal to Memphis for, a long period of time. And felt like maybe he did all he could do there and it was time to move on. And he did it in the way that people do it now, not in the middle of the season. But Ryan Silverfield feels like a guy that if he does have success here, isn't just going to be looking for the next best job out of town. Now, maybe that's just maybe I'm naive in saying that, but he feels like a fit. Bart, if Lane Kiffin you feel like isn't a fit, Ryan Silverfield feels like a glove type fit for where Arkansas is today. Somebody that will take on the challenge and look at it as an opportunity and love the idea that people think you can't win here and that we're stuck in this rut and we're not going to be able to get to another level. He's embraced that challenge. He's saying the right things in that regard. Now, we're going to get to see how it all plays out. But all we have right now is what we have so far with all the hires and all the coaches. And I like the fit for Ryan Silverfield right now at Arkansas. How are Arkansas fans feeling? Love to hear from you. You can call, text, whatever you want to do. We'll take a break and come back.
The one thing that I will say in regard to Ryan Silverfield, I've not gotten the sense for 1 second that he was interested in building his personal brand. Coaches love to say it's about the name on the front of the jersey, not the name on the back. My only issue with Kiffin over the years has been he's been as interested in building his personal brand as he is his team. Now, he will tell you they go hand in hand, and you can't have one without the other. And at Ole Miss, he might be right.
There are some coaches that are about their personal brand.
They are.
And there are other coaches who don't make it about that.
And I appreciate the fact that Silverfield has not done that to this point, and there's no indication that he will. Now, does that mean he's going to win? I don't know. None of it's going to matter if he doesn't win. But I do like that aspect of it.
Catch the Chuck and Bo Show on demand wherever you get podcasts. YouTube as well. If you can't catch us live, you can always catch it on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park.
And, you drive by the Fayetteville Auto Park, and, the first thing you notice, all the automobiles. That comes from Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota. Largest pre-owned selection you're going to find anywhere. You're going to find an automobile that you're looking for. I can guarantee you're going to find one you got to have. You're going to get a great deal. You can get a great deal lots of places. But what you're also going to find is that when it's over, you're going to be a repeat customer because they're going to earn your business every day. When you've got an issue with your car and you need a loaner that day, they're going to make sure you got something to drive. They're going to earn your business that day. It's the way you're treated when it's over that separates Fayetteville Auto Park from all the others. Why they've been around for over 25 years and why they're continuing to do what they do every single day. They've got a wide selection of automobiles, and you can log on to FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
See, this is what the Chuck and Bo Show is. You just show up and have coffee with you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Football season's here, and Flight by Yuengling is the light beer built for game days. Tastes like a Yuengling, but it's a light beer, and only 95 calories. Flight raises the bar for what a light beer should be, and now it comes in a 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle and skinny cans. Perfect for tailgates, watch parties, or just kicking back after the game. Pick it up at your favorite store or ask your bartender. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Cutting corners is generally a bad idea, and when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life, too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Imagine every sip and bite feels like you're celebrating the finer things in life. Chef Shiloh and the bartenders at Tusker's Tavern in Fayetteville have just dropped new menu items celebrating a cocktail culture and culinary craftsmanship. Daily happy hour, 5 to 6:30. 20% off wine by the glass and $5 local draft beer. And for fun, they've created Unhappy Hour, Monday through Wednesday from 9 to 11 p.m. with the same specials. It's Tusker's Tavern at the corner of Mission and Crossover in Fayetteville.
The nation's best home court advantage lives inside Bud Walton Arena. The Razorbacks are back inside the basketball palace of Mid-America, and Coach Calipari and the Hogs need you there and need you loud all season long. A limited number of single-game tickets are available right now. Just head over to ArkansasRazorbacks.com and purchase yours today.
I want to see you and Bart in the old three-legged race.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Let me just...
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I haven't drank alcohol since '96 when I wet willied my boss in both ears at the Christmas party. We're on the way home, and my wife said, "You know what it is?" I said, "Yeah, it's time to stop drinking." She said, "Yeah, it is."
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That's a big-time stocking right there.
Look at that.
That is a big-time stocking.
Wow.
That's legit.
That is a legit stocking.
Ryder right there on there. Grandson, Ryder. What a sweet lady.
Look at that reindeer, man.
I mean, the attention to detail.
You can't go to Hobby Lobby and buy something.
No. This is custom. This is boutique. This is like we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
You know, you would have to go, to War Eagle for something like this.
You would.
I'm
telling you, those are, that may be the nicest stocking I've ever seen.
I don't know if she
That's
has
a
time
mouthful.
this year, but maybe next year for Christmas, for her doing this, I'm going to buy all three of you your own stocking.
You're going to commission
house.
You're going to commission 3 stockings
Yes.
next year
Yes,
for
I
Christmas?
think I might.
Well, the best time to
Look at
do
that.
that.
Look at that.
I mean,
Just look at that.
Yeah. Maybe she got a special rate in the summer.
Oh, I mean.
Those are really nice, though. That's very thoughtful of her.
It really is. I mean, her whole heart and soul went into that.
Ryder.
Thank you for Ryder, my grandson. Denny's in Russellville. We got time for Denny. Denny, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. Happy holidays.
Danny.
Good
morning.
I need glasses. This is it's too small. I can't read it.
Danny.
Good morning. I just have a comment about Lane Kiffin and LSU. It just gives me one more reason not to like LSU.
Boy, I hear that, man.
I'm not with you, Bo. I'm pulling for him to fall on his face. Now,
that's fair.
I have a couple comments about baseball, and I'll hang up and let you guys comment. Are the Dodgers ruining Major League Baseball is first. And the second one, I'm a Cardinal fan, and I know Chuck is, and this is for you, Chuck. Are you okay with just cleaning house, clean the decks? I am. I'm ready to get rid of the older players and let the young ones play and let the chips fall where they may. Anyway, thanks for taking my call, and go Hogs.
Thank you, Danny.
Thanks, Danny.
I am a Cardinal fan, and I am just a fan. Nothing more than an irrational fan. I say fire them all. Get rid of all of them. Now, that's an organization that has stopped caring about winning the World Series. This is an ownership failure in St. Louis. It is a failure of ownership. They are the ones that own the team. They're the ones that control the purse strings. They're the ones that have let them just become simply another National League team. That's all they are right now. They're just another team. The Dodgers are doing what the market allows them to do. They just signed Edwin Diaz away from the Mets, and that's a big pickup for them. But they're going to keep spending money, and I don't see that changing.
We're going to get back to Silverfield and Razorback football. I know Ben's on hold. I don't know if he can hold through the break, but we'll take his call
if he can
when we come back, and we'll get to your thoughts as well at 877-377-6963. Chuck and Bo On Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this. Woodhouse Spa is making the holidays easier and more relaxing. Give the gift of calm. Woodhouse delivers a customizable spa experience with every service tailored to your needs. And Woodhouse Spa gift cards are as meaningful as they are effortless. You can pick them up online at rogers.woodhousespas.com, or if you go in person and spend $250 or more, you'll receive a special holiday gift while supplies last. Woodhouse Spa Rogers in Pinnacle Hills, or online at rogers.woodhousespas.com. Need help growing your brand with strategy and creativity? At Vanquish Marketing, the mission is simple. Help businesses grow with clarity, kindness, and excellence. They don't just run ads or manage campaigns. They come alongside brands as a true partner. By creating data-driven marketing funnels and building strategies that scale, they equip their clients for long-term success. Guided by their core values, they know growth is about more than transactions. It's about people. Visit vanquish.marketing to jumpstart your brand today.
Donuts, Red Bull, and lottery tickets. I mean, how could you want anything
Courtesy
more?
of the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
If you come to me as an Arkansas football fan and you tell me you're cursed and here's the evidence, you have a case. How do you explain this? I mean, seriously, if you call me today and you say, I didn't believe in curses until this Arkansas football team and a few other things that have happened in Arkansas athletics over the years, and here's why I think we're cursed, I'm going to actually listen to you. I'm going to consider it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
Do you mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I want you to know our boy Bart has already printed out racing forms, picks for Friday. At Oakland, day one. He's already picked his winner on the first race. And this is where Bart and I differ. I mean, I'll play the ponies every once in a while. It's like, oh, that looks good. That's a good jockey. Yeah, it's 4-1. I pay off pretty good. I think I'll go with that one. And then, of course, it doesn't win. But Bart, now, I mean, he studies it. Knows what their most recent workout was like and what their last race speed was and the whole deal.
Some people do that. They love it that much. They're in it that much. Most people are not in it at that level. And I don't know, honestly. I can't tell you. Bart, I think, is, doing something down the hall. And so he's not here to defend himself at this very moment. But does it really help him? I mean, does he really do any better than you do?
I don't know. I mean, we're going to find out, I guess, Friday. But I can't imagine either one of us are setting the world on fire, if you want to know the truth.
This is why I don't do fantasy football. I don't have time to put that kind of time into it.
See, that's the thing with me.
Or I don't make the time.
That's the thing with me. I
don't want to.
And there are lots of people like this. Bart's one of them. In their free time, they do research. They'll read stuff. They'll print out the racing form. Look into things and get to the bottom of subjects. When I got free time, I stare at the wall.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
No, it is true. It is true.
I think you read a lot. But we're reading for things that we find interesting that might be topical for the show or whatever. When I'm reading, that's how I will spend that kind of time. I'm not going to spend it digging into, the races.
Yeah.
And my question,
I
Bart,
should.
Does it help? I mean, are you doing better than Chuck, for example?
He's 31-19-1 on his locks. I don't think that's haphazard selecting.
I would agree with that.
I don't have the racing form for Friday. There's races today nationwide. I have no idea what their racing forms look like.
Are you stacking cash from like football season? Have you created some stacks?
Do you have a slush fund?
Well,
I mean, really, no, seriously, with that kind of record, it's a fair question.
We had a good college football season.
So you did well. Like you've made some bank.
Well, I don't know if I'd say we've made some bank.
You and Big Keith.
I think we're in very different categories, me and Big Keith.
How would you? What would those categories be? You and Big Keith.
Somebody who wins the bets they place, and somebody who does.
Bart
not.
just bought a house with his winnings.
Yeah,
Bart just bought a house.
Have you paid your mortgage? Yeah. Could you pay your mortgage with your winnings this year, in like a mortgage or multiple?
Oh, probably not. Probably not.
See, now that's the other thing. Bart, he doesn't play big.
He's a conservative bettor.
He's a responsible.
He loves betting.
Gambler.
He loves gambling. But I don't get the sense that you're about to lose your car or your house.
I don't. Throw
you're not
money
saying,
away.
"Hey, can you just take a picture of that Walmart gift card and send it to me?"
I don't think you would do as well at the locks if you were not a responsible gambler. If you were an irresponsible gambler, it would become very emotional, and
I'm calculated.
You're data driven.
It goes back to what are you doing in your free time? He's researching. I'm staring at the wall.
Look, tonight
That's why he's winning.
Tonight I'm going to be looking at the racing form for Friday.
That's what you need.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah, what do we? Okay, who's going to win the first race on Friday? Just so I know.
Bart's already made his pick.
Well, I mean, it's a very, very early pick without digging too much into it. But there's in the first race at Oakland, the 5-horse Rockin' Robin is one I have my eye on.
See, now I'm Mr. Vegas, so the 2-to-1 odds would turn me off. You remember when John Candy said that in Stripes? That's just me.
That's good.
I'm Mr. Vegas.
No, okay.
But the 2-1 odds. Yeah, the horse probably wins the race, sure, but I mean, you ain't going to win any money on that.
Did you get your own racing forms there, or did Bart give those to you?
Bart printed them out for me.
I have a copy for you too, Bo. It's sitting in my office. Not of those are just the pick sheets.
Not just that,
but I can get you the full form if you would like.
Consensus on
but
expert
I have
selections.
those pick sheets for you in my office.
What a guy.
Yeah.
What a guy. We're going to be there doing the show Friday. I hope you'll come by and see us. We'll be live at Oaklawn. Oaklawn.com. Get all the details on racing season. Opening days Friday. And, of course, you can download the Oaklawn Sports app in the Google App Store or the Apple Play Store and play whatever you want. In-game, Edwards, we were talking about this the other day. He's like, man, that looks like fun. And I don't know if he's pulled the trigger on that yet, but it's not.
Looks fun.
Yeah.
Looks fun.
Looks fun.
I'm like looking out the window at y'all playing in the snow. And I don't have a coat.
Download. Such a sad story.
It is, man.
I don't believe you
That's
at all. There's no part of that I believe, but it sounds good. It's a nice front.
Mittens.
It's a good front. Was the Cal show Monday night?
It was.
Yeah. Today's Wednesday?
It is.
Okay. So Cal called into the show.
Fresh out of a home visit.
He was on a recruiting
From the
visit.
yard.
Called from someone's front yard into the radio show. And had an interesting take on this game coming up against Texas Tech.
When our season ends, I don't watch the last game that we play. Never. And I had to this year because we're going to play them again. And now I'm even more mad that we lost that game after watching it. How? Every time I stop the tape, how the heck did we lose this? And all of a sudden they make a couple plays and we don't, and you lose. But, it's kids are doing great. They're really, they're doing some good stuff. And we got to have some great preparation this week. We're practicing earlier in the day. Why would that be, Chuck?
School's out. Our finals.
And what time are we playing on Saturday?
11 in the morning.
So
Thanks
we're
for
going
playing
at
that,
11 o'clock every day this week. Even
You really
Friday,
thought
we
I
may
was
even
gonna
go
take that
earlier. Just get our bodies up and understand, it's going to be a morning game.
The irony is you brought up school's out in finals and you failed the test.
I know. I was like, hey, he does this stuff. He asks questions. You watch him in the press conferences. He asks these questions. If I was sitting there, that's when I'd look at the floor. Because it's like, I got 2 or 3 basic questions. We'll see if you can answer them.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe.
Yeah.
Well,
We're practicing earlier in the day. Why would that be, Chuck?
School's out. God, I hate you guys. I mean, I really do.
Well, he does that. He brings up
I
questions.
know he does. I know.
And what time are we playing on Saturday?
11 in the morning.
But it's after like 3.5 minutes
I know.
of a stream of
I know.
consciousness.
And you tuned out 90 seconds ago. And then you're like, bang.
Yeah.
It's like a pop quiz to see if you've been
Right.
paying attention.
Why is that, Chuck? That's
great.
And why would that be?
Well, it was interesting that he talked about the Texas Tech game and how he never goes back and watches it. And now he's got to watch that game because they played them, at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And so that's the rematch. How similar is their team to a year ago?
Well, the thing that from that game, they just pounded Arkansas on the offensive glass. I mean, just over and over and over again. And they still do a lot of that. They shoot a lot of threes.
We couldn't contain not Toppin, the other guy.
Yeah.
Late in the game.
I can see Williams. Yeah. I couldn't think of his first name.
He sort of did a boozer on us there towards the end. I mean, he was unstoppable. And then they went out the port. Yeah.
He's at North Carolina State now.
Good.
He's playing for Will Wade. Will Wade made him a strong offer. And he moved to Raleigh.
How about that? Will Wade was, part of an FBI investigation. Sean Miller, part of an FBI investigation. Now they're coaching at NC State in Texas. I mean, they were going to jail, remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, these guys are going to go to prison. No. We're going to make it all legal. That whole thing
Some guys
was
did
like
still go to prison.
You were talking. They did, and that was for really kind of a different reason because of their industry and what they're doing. That was unethical. But you talked about this earlier in the show. Every time we get into something here like rev share and NIL capping, and things are going to level out and they're going to be this, it just changes. And back when how much money was put into that whole investigation and all this secret wiretaps and all this stuff, and it's amounted like that was going to be the big change in college athletics. And now it's all legal.
A whole bunch of nothing.
And now it's all legal.
Yeah, just a whole bunch of nothing. Well, and even if it was still illegal, nothing. I mean, a bunch of us, I say a bunch, some assistant coaches went to jail. But, you lie to the FBI, that's a big deal. Lying to the NCAA, you move on.
Hey, if you need a new roof, there's no lying here. They're going to give you an honest assessment at Teamwork Roofing and Construction. They'll communicate with you through the entire process, come in on time and on budget. You want to know what's happening when you're getting a roof done. It's a big deal. You want to know, like, how long's the job going to take? What's it going to be like that day? When's everything going to be cleaned up? Am I getting a sustainable product here? Here are the products like Malarkey Shingles, McElroy Metal Roofs. Maybe you have a really difficult job. That's okay. They've got certified crews for every job and all certified materials. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, teamworkbuilt.com. That's the website. You can get a quote there. Or you could just reach out and talk about whatever it is you want. Maybe you got a bunch of houses. Maybe you're a home builder. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. They're built on quality, and they're powered by teamwork. Oh, we got so much more to get into. I mean, I feel like the day is just full. I got a stocking for my grandson today. 6:30 this morning. Leo pulls up in the parking lot, unannounced, calls the show. Can I come in and, put the name, pick out the stocking, put the name on it? And it was unsettling for a moment, but, we got through it, and wonderful person, and that was very sweet of her. And then, Big Keith threatened, to send, some muscle if I didn't pay the $50. He had enough of not getting his $50 bet. We had tried to pay it.
Today was the day.
And, things are coming due, and he had to have it. So I gave him 50 plus 10. And so that's settled. And I don't know what else is going to happen here in the next 45 minutes, but I wouldn't leave. I'd stick around. I don't know if anybody else is having fun, but this is a blast for me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo. I recently got engaged, and Ben Blakeman helped me out. You told me the Purple Bag's undefeated.
The Purple Bag is undefeated, Bo. And not only are we where Arkansas gets engaged, but it's where our boy Bo got engaged.
I sure did, and now it's on to Christmas. What do we do now?
Purple Bag under the tree, Bo.
Take it to the next level with Blakeman's and my friend Ben. He hooked me up, and he can help you out, too.
Let Blakeman's make this Christmas truly exceptional. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, because brilliance begins here.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey Shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
By the way, good morning. We just kind of jumped in, and we're coffee deep. And hey, everybody,
Morning, Bart.
welcome in.
Edward.
I smell the bacon cooking. It's going to be a good day.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, it's 8:18. Good morning. Thanks for making us part of your day.
So we're going to put the racing form aside and talk a little football?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think we
it's probably
should.
time.
We'll be at Oaklawn on Friday. We'll be talking a little racing. We'll be talking a little Oaklawn. We'll be talking who knows what. If you're in Hot Springs, you're in the area, come by, hang out, have a good time. Catch Chuck and Bo on demand anytime via YouTube or wherever you get podcasts. By the way, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And we're going to be giving away, Bart will tell us how in the next 24 hours, how we're going to give away a Woodhouse gift card, $250 Woodhouse gift card.
We're going to have a contest?
Woodhouse Spa in Rogers. Yeah, I don't know what it is yet. I don't know if you're going to have to email to register. I don't know. We don't know exactly what it is yet, but that's coming. And it's going to come early next week because we got to have time to get it for Christmas and all that.
Sure, yeah.
But Woodhouse Spas does have a great idea for the holiday season. And that is you can just buy a gift card and treat someone you love to a special day where you're going to get treated like a king or a queen. They got an amazing spa. I mean, it's better than anything I've seen in our area. You go to Hot Springs, of course, we talk about the 4-star spa there, the Forbes 4-star spa. This is a sort of like that experience, and it's big. It's like a big city feel when you go to Woodhouse Spa in Rogers. You can log on to their website, rogerswoodhousespas.com. You can go in there, you get a tea, a signature mimosa, whatever you want. They've got a beautiful rest waiting room. You can get whatever customizable spa experience you want. And if you spend $250 or more on a gift card and you do it in the store, you go in to get the gift card, they have a holiday gift for you while supplies last. So make the most of it. If you're in the Rogers area and you can go do that, give the gift of relaxation this holiday season. Woodhouse Spa in Rogers, rogers.woodhousespas.com online. Okay, we got a staff update. Now these are just reports, okay? But I think they're credible reports, or we wouldn't even bother mentioning it. C.J. Wilford, the safety coach from Georgia State, is joining reportedly Ryan Silverfield's staff. Apparently, he coached with the defensive coordinator, Ron Roberts, at Florida at some point. Here's the staff that we know of so far. Ron Roberts, defensive coordinator. And again, these are all reports from Florida. Tim Cramsey, the offensive coordinator at Memphis, is reportedly joining Silverfield at Arkansas. Running backs coach David Johnson from Florida State. Receivers coach Larry Smith from Memphis. Offensive line coaches Marcus Johnson from Ohio State and Jeff Myers from Memphis. And special teams coordinator Chad Lunsford from Auburn. So you've got some SEC experience in there. You got some guys from some big name programs. Just like coaching searches, like head coaching searches, it's a popularity contest when you talk to fans about it. Oh, Ed Orgeron, awesome. We know who he is, right? Like if you go get somebody like that, you feel like it's a home run hire. We felt like that when Chad Morris hired John Chavis. Little did we know that John Chavis was already in a retirement home in his head. I mean, really.
I don't think that's totally unfair. He was on those last legs. He knew that.
I mean, he was.
He was cashing a check. He was getting paid.
It's true. The chief, we did not get the chief.
No. We got old retired John.
Yeah, that's right. So, but at the time, because people knew who it was and he'd had success in the past, like if you said Spurrier's coming to be the offensive coordinator, people would get all excited about that. And you're like, dude, no, this is not a good idea. I mean, he's retired. So whether we know who all these guys are or not, I mean, I like to hear of big name hires too. And some of these guys are reputable guys. I want Silverfield to have the staff that he wants that's going to work for him and get the things done that he says he's going to do here. And I don't really care what it looks like beyond that. And then we can all watch it show up on the field and see how it goes. But I don't know how to give a grade on how he's putting his staff together.
He's hiring assistant coaches. That means he's hiring coaches to assist him. And he knows what he needs assisting with, I'm going to guess. And he has experience, or his defensive coordinator does with these guys. These are assistant coaches. I'm not saying what they do is not important. It's very, very important. But it goes back to what you said a minute ago about not knowing anything about him. Like, for example, this special teams coach. I wouldn't know him if he walked in the room. I think that he got the job at Auburn because the place he was at before, they blocked 7 punts in a season. That sounds pretty good to me, you know. But I don't know how many people know that. So everybody's, I mean, these guys didn't just show up and start getting college coaching jobs. There's something there, something they did at their last stop, something they did at the stop before that has gained the confidence of the person doing the hiring. Sometimes it's as simple as we've worked together. I like the way he does things. And sometimes people think, well, you're just going with your friends. Hey, if you work on a coaching staff like Silverfield did in the NFL, between all the, the coaches you've heard of and the coaches you hadn't heard of, that's one humongous staff. He brought one guy. He's not hiring his buddies. He's hiring the one guy that stood out. And so I think you got to give them all the benefit of the doubt on that. Again, it's assistant coaches. The success or failure of the program is going to be determined by the head coach. And he's got to hire the people that he thinks can help him be good.
The other thing, just real quick, that Hunter talked about, and it won't get a lot of publicity, but it's going to be behind the scenes. What's the support staff look like compared to what it was? Resources are a big deal. Dare joined us in the first hour of the show, Dare Noka, and he talked about Jim Nagy being such a big hire for Brent Venables at OU as the general manager, talent evaluator for the portal and football and all their transactional stuff. Now, Arkansas has got an overall GM of the football or of the athletic department, but they're going to add resources, and I don't know what they all are yet, but they're going to add resources to that support staff from a personnel evaluation standpoint and all that. Does all this accumulate to making a difference? We only react to the things that we know, and there's so many things we don't know. But what Hunter said was, we're going to support and boost these things. And the idea is those things are going to help us go from where we are to more of the middle of the conference, middle to the top, not middle to the bottom. And so, like, is the proof is in the pudding? Does that work out? But that's as important as, some of these guys they're hiring. That's where some of the money's going. And what does that do for them when they get into the portal starting January 2nd? The best coaches are the guys who can hire really great assistant coaches, who can identifying talent, on-field talent is one thing, but building a staff of great coaches, like think about Nick Saban, right? And what he did at Alabama. Okay, Kurt Cignetti, Kirby Smart, Dan Lanning, Pete Golding, Mario Cristobal, all in the playoff, by the way. Steve Sarkisian, Brent Key, Alex Mortensen, Mike Loxley. I can go on, Bill O'Brien. I can go on and on down the list. These are all guys who coached under Saban at Alabama and are now head coaches in college football, mostly having phenomenal success. So, a couple real quick. Some of those guys you rattled off, we all knew then. Some of them we didn't.
Right.
Cristobal didn't have any idea who he was. Loxley had never really had success.
No idea.
Alex Mortensen didn't have success before that. And to your point, some of those guys are well known, but some of them he saw something in them.
Yeah.
And then they later
Kiffin.
became somebody.
Right.
Yeah. Then you had Sark and Kiffin who came in there, because they were going to the Saban rehab facility.
Right. So here's my question, right? Is anybody like that on this staff that Ryan Silverfield is building? This, Frank Broyles was the same way, by the way. Frank Broyles was phenomenal at hiring assistant coaches. The other part of this is, and my concern just from 50,000-foot view, is there's not a lot of guys on this staff who have a lot of winning experience at the highest levels of college football. Don't have a lot of guys who have been on really successful Power 4 programs.
Well, I think
And
that's probably true on a lot of staffs, though.
It may be, but my point is that when you're a guy who's never coached at the power conference level, like, you know, you kind of, I feel like you'd want to bring in guys who have that experience. But look, it's not my staff to build. That's my concern as I sit here and watch this unfold.
I think we all, and I do it too.
And I think it's I think it's fair.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's unfair. I just think that a lot of times, and I include myself in this, we don't know as much about whether or not a head coach is really good or not good as we think we do. You know, we look at the final record.
For sure.
I don't, and I'm just honest enough to say it. I'm not qualified to assess the abilities of an assistant offensive line coach or a linebackers coach.
These guys may all be great.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them have had success at places, right? Like Chad Lunsford has had a lot of success in his career as a coach.
But I think it's unreasonable to believe you're going to hire a coach from a non-Power 5 school and he's going to bring in a staff of Power 5 assistants.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah.
He's coaching with the guys he knows, or he's hiring the guys he knows.
Right. I mean, the bottom line is we got to see how it plays out, right?
Yeah. That's why I said it's a popularity contest, because unless you know their name, you know, like when Pittman got hired, he hired Kendall Briles and Barry Odom. I mean, those are two good hires. You knew who they were.
Knocked it out of the park, from a fan perspective.
Yeah, and Ron Roberts isn't Barry Odom, but he is another defensive coordinator in the SEC. Barry Odom had been a head coach. And by the way, we know what happened with Pittman eventually. So, you know, but this is the staff we're starting to see, and I'm anxious to hear from Silverfield once he gets it solidified and announces it, to tell us what kind of staff and why it's good and what about it's going to work. And then we're going to get into the portal. Listen, this conversation is going to be a way more intelligent conversation. We're going to have way more information.
After the portal opens.
After we get past the national championship game on the 19th of January. Yeah. Because the portal will have closed, and we'll have an idea of what the picture is starting to look like. By the way, speaking of what the picture looks like, subscribe to Hogs Plus. They've got a free episode, by the way, right now. You don't even have to subscribe. Behind the scenes with basketball, some good stuff. I saw a promo on it on social. Behind the scenes with Cal, talking to the team, what goes on there. But you can subscribe to Hogs Plus today and receive unparalleled access to exclusive premium content. Just log on and start your free trial today at hogsplus.com. It's 8:31. Good morning. The Chuck and Bo Show on a Wednesday. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're just kind of wading through it, figuring it out with you this morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorbacks. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mangarelli are the real deal, two of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye, and you will be too.
Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge. Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Who's going to be the first to
Good
get a
summer.
Chuck and Bo tattoo? I mean, I think Chuck might do it.
No. You can have mine. You just get 2 of them.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We were talking about Phillip Rivers during the break. Pro football quarterback, been out of the league for 5 years, and the Colts just signed him. Hadn't played football in 5 years.
Yeah.
44 years old.
What has he been
44
doing?
years
Got a
old.
grandkid.
What's he been doing?
Well, he's got 10 kids.
He's been coaching high school football.
Quite successfully, too.
So he's been around the ball. You know, he's throwing the ball out there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You know, he's doing drills. So he's had a ball in his hand. You know, like some guys come back, out of retirement, and they've been, UPS. Not Phillip Rivers.
No.
I mean, really, like you'll hear a story about a kicker that was, bagging groceries last week. We haven't had that in a minute,
that's
but
a
we've had it.
kicker. You know,
yeah, I know. I'm aware. Phillip
Wasn't
Rivers
Kurt
is
Warner
not
doing
bagging.
something similar? Wasn't Kurt Warner
He was
doing
probably
something
coaching.
like that?
Oh, that was way back
Way
at
back
the beginning
when,
of his
yeah.
career. Yes, that's
Wasn't he
right.
working at a grocery store?
Yeah,
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, he was.
The story that came out yesterday about Phillip Rivers is Shane Steichen, the head coach of the Colts. They used to be together on the Chargers, and Phillip Rivers has been running the same offense that Coach Steichen runs in Indy for his high school team. So he's ready to go.
Yeah.
He knows the system.
Well, he's
I
got
guess.
10 kids. He needs
They're
a
gonna
break.
practice 3 times this week. That's right, Joe.
All right,
I mean,
man.
what a cool story, though. Like just to be able to come out of retirement like that.
Which is better, 10 kids or being an NFL
I don't know.
quarterback?
I don't know. That first hit, at 45, that's going to feel a little different.
Yeah, I was telling you guys during the break, Joe Ferguson, he played in the NFL in his early 40s and played in one of those upstart leagues, I think, until he was about 45 or 46. And, I mean, Joe in his mid-50s looked like he could still play. He really did. Some of these guys just, that's just who they are. It's what they do.
And then there's Joe Burrow. You know how old Joe Burrow is today without looking at the notes?
Well, I looked at the notes, so I won't answer.
29. He's 29. Joe Burrow's 29. I think we ought to change the birthdays up where Bart can tell us, Joe Burrow, and he can give a couple of superlatives about Joe Burrow,
that's
and then
a good
we
way to
guess
play a game.
how old they are.
Yeah.
And then we can have like a running contest. And at the end of it, one of us will owe the other one $50.
I have never heard of anyone doing guess their age
Big-
on a
Big
radio
Keith.
show.
Big
Never
Keith.
heard of
Big
that.
Keith.
We'll call
Well,
it the Big Keith guessing game. That's what we'll do. It'll be between
Vimo.
you and I, though. And
He's not broke Keith
Vimo.
anymore. He's Big Keith. He's living large.
Oh,
That's
he is
60.
today.
He's
He-
60,
he-
you sent him.
He is today. Speaking of Joe Burrow, does this clip that you have from Ed Orgeron talk about Joe Burrow?
No.
Okay, there's another one on social where he talks about meeting Joe Burrow in a recruiting visit, and then they go to a restaurant. I think it was Mike Anderson's in
Oh,
Baton
it's a good
Rouge.
one. It's a good one.
And they go outside, and he looks Joe Burrow in the eye, and he basically says, listen, I got to have you or I'm going to get fired. And I don't know if he's talking about paying him or talking about whatever, but that's how Joe Burrow really ended up getting. He goes, but if you come here, we're going to win the national championship. If you don't, I'm going to get fired. And Orgeron was saying a lot of things. I think it was part of the same podcast. What is that called? With the bros,
The boys. Bussin' with the
Bussin'
boys.
with the boys. That's it. Here
sure
he's
what
talking
that
about. Well, that's the name of the show. Here's Coach O on SEC paying players before NIL.
We all know that SEC was NIL before NIL.
Hey, I love
that laugh.
Look at it.
Hey, we're way past it. Can we now just admit it?
It's all good. Hey, you know what? I say, hey, coach, you've been out of coaching for a while, and how are you going to adjust that NIL? I said, well, it's a minor adjustment. And they said, what do you mean? I said, back then, we used to walk through the back door to cash. Now we just got to walk through the front door to cash.
Wow,
There's a lot of truth to that.
it's not wrong. It's just wild that he said
It
it.
doesn't have to be small bills now. You can actually do a computer transaction and transfer the money in. You don't have to have a big bag full of money like Alabama used to do it. You remember that? Alabama went to Memphis to get that Means kid, and they had that trash bag full of cash.
Yeah, leave it laying around.
Yeah.
Here's some McDonald's.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
a McDonald's bag in my truck. Can you throw it away?
Here's the number 7 for McDonald's, and I don't know. There's $100,000 in small.
But that's
bills
true,
in there,
and
too.
and listen, it's the teams that have always won in the SEC. I will always contend that there was a fair amount of cheating going on.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
you can't prove it. Well, I mean, that is what it is. I mean, look, Tua's parents had a job at in Birmingham, like that freshman year when he comes in the game and they keep showing the parents in the stands. And he's from Hawaii. And I'm like, they live in Birmingham now? Like, how? It's not like they were wealthy. How did they just move to Birmingham? Well, they got a job. They got a job in Birmingham. And I'm guessing it was a good one. And, you know, there were ways to do that.
Well, yes, and it's always happened to a great degree, and now it is just right out in the open. But I've always thought the players should be getting something. I didn't think what those guys did back in those days was necessarily morally wrong.
Oh, I agree.
And
it's just against the rules.
It's just against the rules. That's right. But it, in my mind, wasn't wrong. You know, it was just against the rules.
A rub route is too, unless you execute it. You know.
Well, if you're on defense, it's a pick. If you're on offense, it's a rub route. It just kind of depends on your point of view.
Yeah. Time to go for what to watch. Okay, Macadoodles is doing their Zoom charity auction tonight. Their whiskey event, raffle and virtual auction. Go to their Facebook page. You can find it there, or you can go to this website. Winner Whiskey 25 GiveSmart.com. Winner Whiskey 25 GiveSmart.com, or just go to their Facebook page and you'll find a link to this. It's tonight at 6:30. It's a raffle and an auction with some very rare bourbons and whiskey. All proceeds go to Lifeline of Northwest Arkansas, a 501c3 charitable organization. We talk about Macadoodles all the time, just north of the state line, north of Bella Vista, where you get incredible customer service, a great selection that you're not going to find anywhere else, and competitive pricing across the board. Today's Wednesday, so that means it's Wine Down Wednesday. Every bottle of wine in the store, 15% off, even if it's already on sale. You'll find them north of the state line in Pineville. You'll find them in West Siloam Springs and at Guess Who in Bentonville. What to watch, brought to you by Macadoodles. What do we have, Bart?
Well, all eyes are on the Arkansas-Texas Tech game Saturday. That's at 11 a.m. on ESPN2 from the American Airlines Center.
Center. It's not an arena, Bart. It's a center.
Well, because Miami has the American Airlines Arena.
That's right.
So, you know, very, very confusing. American Airlines Center in the heart of Dallas. Also Saturday, Army-Navy at 2 on CBS. You can go right from Arkansas, Texas Tech to Army-Navy. That's really the only college football game available to you until bowls start. Tomorrow night on Amazon Prime, Falcons and Bucks at 7:15. If you're looking for something to watch tonight on Prime, Suns Thunder, a couple former Razorbacks in action for the Thunder at 6:30 p.m. tonight.
There you go. It's What to Watch, brought to you by Macadoodles, 8:44 Wednesday morning. Good morning. You really make me want to call you a moron. I'm not going to do that, but I want to.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Flight by Yuengling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy. They handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds. Make the right call.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up, and don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds: professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection, or visit hoggutters.com.
There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party, or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville. Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997, based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Everybody wants to win. When you, as a fan or a person or whoever, make everything about winning, you're saying that only winning is acceptable. And I guarantee you, you don't win every single day.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, man. Okay. I told you I was in the car with my daughter, and I was giving her an example of something, and I just said, it's 6, 7 ideas. And she just immediately says, I can't take you seriously now.
You erupted.
Dad,
She erupted.
Like, Dad, really? Really? Like,
You're such a dork.
Yeah, she's just like, you can't say that and expect anything else to be serious. Like that, now you're a joke. I'm like, what? So there's a story about In-N-Out Burger removing 6, 7 from their order list.
No more number 6 combos.
They're retiring it. They're retiring it, or they won't call out order 6, 7.
Yeah, I think it's from the actual like order number you get.
That's what.
Yeah. Like your number 60, order number 67.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes,
You
yes,
can
yes.
still order a number 6 or 7 combo then.
But I don't know if they have that. I don't know if they go
I
that
think-
far. They're
I
pretty
think
limited
In-N-Out
menu.
goes to, like, number
I've never
4
had
or
an
5.
In-N-Out
Yeah.
burger, but I
Oh,
hear
you
they're
have
good.
not?
I've heard they're
my
great.
God.
I've heard
Oh,
they're.
that's un-American.
I've heard they're great.
They're amazing.
Oh.
If I'm going to California on a trip, I'm going to someplace good, man.
Oh, wow.
Okay, here's the real question,
I'm
though.
going to someplace good.
Here's the real
Kidding me?
question. Have any of you had Shake Shack?
Yes.
Yeah,
I've
I
had
can't
Shake
remember.
Shack.
Too expensive.
I can't remember.
I think it's better.
What's better about it?
It's not better.
I just think it's a better burger than In-N-Out.
I mean, I don't really go.
Shake Shack's for like bougie people.
I mean, let's be
Like
honest.
Bart.
None of these places are like, wow, now that's a burger. It's just good. Like, I mean, I'm sure Shake Shack's good.
You haven't had a great cheeseburger in your life, Bo.
What do you mean?
In-N-Out
Haven't
is
had
like the one thing I miss about living in Waco.
What do you mean I haven't had a good like first of all, like let's get it right. You know if you have a bad burger. But a burger should be good regardless. And then maybe they're a little different. I mean, this isn't like pizza. I mean, it's a burger. If it's a bad burger, it's bad. But are you telling me we don't have good burgers around here?
No, I'm just saying.
In Arkansas, like all throughout the state.
What's your favorite burger, Bo?
Well, let's just go like with the traditional ones: CJ's, Feltner's.
Feltner's is good.
Walk-Ons has a great burger.
Walk-Ons was going to be my
You
answer.
Guys, you can go to Waffle House and get a damn good burger.
Go to Art's Place. You want to go get a burger? Go to Art's
is
Place.
great.
Get you a smoke and a burger. They got a deal.
Maybe at the
Art's
same
in Fayetteville.
time. At the same time.
That's like that on Friday. That's like $11 for a burger, fries, and a beer.
A burger, fries, and a cigarette.
and a free cigarette.
That's what Bo needs after this morning.
Yeah.
You need a burger and a cigarette.
I'm good. I mean,
I do like a good
does
burger.
sound kind of attractive.
I've just not had an In-N-Out burger. But back to the absurdity of 6
Can we? Yeah. I mean,
Sorry.
Actually,
I didn't mean to derail the
here-
segment.
Well, now, here's a question: is a cigarette better after a burger?
You mean than before a burger?
Yeah, I mean, like if you're gonna have one smoke, like if you're,
I'm
going to
go after the burger. I'm
I
going
would
to go
say
after the
it's
burger.
going to suppress your appetite if you do it before. You don't want that.
Yeah,
loosen you up.
but
a
it
little
just kind of like I don't know. It finishes off the burger. So okay, so Art's Place. Maybe we'll just do this someday. We'll all do it. We'll all go in there.
That's
and have a
Arts in
cigarette.
Fayetteville. There's an Arts in Fort Smith too. There's a barbecue place in Fort Smith. Arts Place in Fayetteville is the burger joint.
You know what's on my bucket list?
What?
To see Bart smoke one cigarette.
Oh, that would be so funny.
The whole thing.
Yeah, you got to inhale
The
it
whole
too,
thing.
man.
He's got to smoke the whole thing.
Yeah.
Can you see him
Oh,
just
it'd be so
wheezing
awesome.
and coughing?
Marlboro
He's already got
Red.
allergy issues.
Give him a cowboy killer.
Yeah, he's already got allergy
Yeah.
issues. You just see like Bart in his smoke-filled
that
room,
would be great.
just taking like a movie drag off a cigarette.
No, I couldn't be in the smoke-filled
that's
room.
better.
Oh,
I
that
couldn't
would
be in the
be
smoke-filled
awesome.
room. I could outside maybe.
gagging.
Outside maybe.
Hey, Bart's
I mean, I'll have
happy.
a cigar.
Oaklawn is a smoke-free facility now. They've got a small
it is.
room like you would see in an airport that you can go gamble and smoke in. But like the
That's
rest
where
of the
Bart will
whole
be.
And you can't
facility.
smell the cigarette smoke throughout the building,
or
That's
even
what's-
in that room.
Right. It's like they
It
have
really
ventilation.
is incredible.
technology.
I mean, you walk in there, you expect to be knocked down with cigarette smoke smell. Not at all.
They showed it to us when we were there, and they're like, "We're going to go
Yeah.
in here just to show this to you, and you're not going to smell like smoke."
And
when
people
we
were
leave."
smoking in there, and they
Yeah.
were puffing away.
Yeah.
But
It was
but
kind of
you did-
attractive.
You know,
That's where I got on.
I hung out
hanging
for a
out of the
while.
mouth,
You know,
playing
I
the
hung out.
slots.
Yeah.
Oh man, it is National Lager Day, so have a flight by Yingling and celebrate.
There you
95 calories, but tastes like a Yingling. Chuck and Bo on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Imagine every sip and bite feels like you're celebrating the finer things in life. Chef Shiloh and the bartenders at Tusker's Tavern in Fayetteville have just dropped new menu items celebrating a cocktail culture and culinary craftsmanship. Daily happy hour, 5 to 6:30, 20% off wine by the glass and $5 local draft beer. And for fun, they've created Unhappy Hour, Monday through Wednesday from 9 to 11 p.m. with the same specials. It's Tusker's Tavern at the corner of Mission and Crossover in Fayetteville.
The nation's best home court advantage lives inside Bud Walton Arena. The Razorbacks are back inside the Basketball Palace of